That was... Yeah, I was expecting it to make you more angry, because anytime I say anything more about the game, it just pisses you off. I don't know how.
I don't even know why that makes me more angry than I was already like for some reason that angers me more, and I'm not even sure why. I'll be honest with you, Austin. I'm not even sure why
At
that
this point,
pisses
dude,
me
I
off
just think it's
more.
mainly because you're learning more about Dauntless, and if you learn anything about that game, whether it be good or bad, it just pisses you off, because now you have more knowledge about Dauntless in your head than you want it to.
Some part of me feels like that's got to be the case, but another part of me is just like, no, because it feels it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like the hate of learning. It feels like the hate that I got fucked over at that explicit moment. That's what it feels like. I could be wrong. You could be
Fair, I
right. It
guess.
could purely be a hate thing. I don't know. I honestly could not tell you, and I don't know. I don't know what else to you know what I mean? Like
I guess, yeah.
I don't understand it. All I know is that I hate it, and that I don't understand my hate for it. I just know that I hate it. Deep down, I feel it in my soul.
Alright, let's get stuck on this boss fight for a good, like, 2 hours before I'm able to progress through the game. If this even is the final boss, if this isn't the final. I don't know, it feels too short for this to be the final boss, Brandon. Because, like, with my Elden Ring playthrough, it took me, like, a good, what, 40 parts, 60 parts to fully get through it. That game was also a lot more, open-end. Ow. I'm already fucking up. I know this game's far more linear. Ow. Excuse me? Ow. Shit. That was right. Have to judge which one he's gonna do. No. No. No bull for you. Right, wrong one. Again. Ow. I should have been able to handle that. Shit. Man, I handled that poorly. I guess I haven't played in a bit, so I was just a bit rusty. What were we talking about again, Brandon?
I'm not sure. I think I got lost in my hate.
Yeah, that sounds like you. I just know we were talking about how you hate Dauntless, and I was talking about Sekiro, and I don't know.
That's kind of where we are right now.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is a pretty... Oh, right, final boss. Okay, so I think I have seen clips of us fighting Ishin before, but like an older version of Ishin. So that's one of the reasons why I'm not sure if this is really the final boss of the game. It feels like a good thematic conclusion, like I'm fighting the same dude beforehand in the same area that took my arm. It's just, I'm a lot more prepared for it now.
Hmm.
Right. Right. Ow. Man, I am handling this like ass. Damn it. I really hate how he uses the bow in this game. It's really fucking annoying. Damn it! It's not even really worth fighting this guy at this point. I've already wasted the resurrection. Yep, no, I should have just died. this point, it was really worthless me using me curing all the dragon rot in the world because there weren't really any side quests I was really focusing on, and I know for a fact I'm probably going to have like 30 more people infected before I'm actually able to beat this boss fight, so I'm just going to have to use a second one all over again. I should have just not used it. This is one of the reasons why I'm not going to be using these things, because it's like, I don't fucking know how to conclude all the different
I don't know
all
how
the
to
different
conclude.
side quests to this game.
Yeah.
Okay, I know for a fact I should have been able to beat the boss that second time around. It's just I was going poo-poo brain for some reason. I just think I'm a bit out of it right now. Yep. Okay, so cool. Oh, what? He can hit me from that range? I really don't want to... And I'm really fucking this up. This isn't even that difficult of a boss. I have to be... If I end up dying, don't use a resurrection on... Well, no, I need to get practice on this guy. I really do need to get practice on this dude. I just have to stop sucking ass. I think I'm not being aggressive enough. I'm being a bit too passive half the time and then being a bit too aggressive the other half. I have to basically take when I'm being aggressive and when I'm being passive and then switch the two around. And then it would hopefully do me good. I'm still kind of confused about the whole entire dragon rot thing in this game, Brandon, because it just kind of seems more like an inconvenience rather than it being like shit. Whoa. I keep on thinking he's gonna be the other swipe attack. I'm just a dumbass. Yeah, but I'm still really confused about what the hell Dragon Rot's supposed to be about, dude. Because to my understanding, it's more supposed to be like, I don't know, uh, a reward for not dying as much. But I don't know. I feel like the reward for not dying is the act of not dying itself.
Yeah, I was gonna say not dying.
Plus, the whole entire the whole entire all it really does in terms of like it being a punishment is it stops you from doing side quests, which feels like a very tedious kind of punishment, you know? Like I just don't
Yeah.
see the point in restricting you being able to do side quests. Plus, overall, it hasn't actually even really affected me all that much since I have I don't know, there just doesn't really seem to be enough side quests in this game to really justify you having to worry about it as much. And granted, the whole entire, like, oh, you have the unseen aid thing, which makes it so that you don't lose currency or experience on a death, it seems. I mean, I suppose from that perspective, it's. I don't know, unseen aid has, ironically enough, not been that much of an aid to me, because it only activates after I've died to a boss a lot of different times, and the only way it would actually be useful is in more open world experiences. Not from bosses, more so from uh like dealing with groups of enemies.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just shit. I pressed the A after I pressed B. So didn't register. Right. Keep on forgetting. Keep on forgetting. I don't know. Dragon Rot just doesn't really seem like all that. It just seems like a nuisance more than anything else in this game. I just don't entirely understand why it's in the game. Ooh, that was a very risky Makiri counter. I don't know. I think the combat for this game is actually really well done, Brandon. Which
Hmm.
makes sense because it's the main aspect about the game. Uh-oh. Oh, I already died. Now I still have a resurrection to use, but still. Okay, now I get to fight this entirely different boss. Ow. Oh, right. Thrust attack. That's what that is. Whoa. Ow. Right. Okay, I really shouldn't try to block those. Ow. Okay, yep, nope. No reason to. Shit. Shit. Okay, there is no build up to that. Oh, I didn't realize you could jump forward with that. Okay. Uh oh. Right. Use a Makiri counter. Makiri counter, bitch. Keep his posture damage high. Whoa! Oh, I thought I would Makiri counter that. Shit. Yeah, I can already tell I'm not going to beat this boss anytime soon. I just have to get familiar with it. And then I have to get familiar with his moveset every single time he changes it. So yeah, that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. Dragon Rot just seems like a very weird mechanic because it just doesn't pose all that much of a threat. Since if you just don't really pay all that much mind to it, it really doesn't really affect you all that much. So I just don't. I don't know. I just don't really understand the purpose to it. Because, like, I do know that Resurrection is in the game, so you can use Resurrection to get back to an idol to rest so that you don't die and cause Dragon Rot. But Dragon Rot isn't that big enough of a threat to really worry about it all that much. Plus, the threat that Dragon Rot isn't even all that game breaking. It's more so just annoying. And
Hmm.
even then, I don't know. It's way too passive to be a threat. But the actual threat it is kind of just like a wet fart. Why does the bow do so much damage? Okay, cool. Thought I would have been unstunned by now, but I really do have to dodge if I want to actually not be affected by that. Yeah, that was a dumb move on my part. Okay, cool. Yeah, that sounds fun. Hmm. Do you want to know something kind of funny, Brandon?
Sure.
Okay, so have you seen the trailers for two new movies that are coming out or have come out already? Those being for Avatar 2, you know, the Avatar with the blue people,
Mm-hmm.
and then Puss in Boots 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so although Avatar, like the original Avatar movie, was one of the biggest grossing movies of all time, I think only recently being beat out in terms of box office by Avengers Endgame. That was only after Avengers Endgame got released like a second time in theaters. Like, basically one of the most influential movies in all of cinema.
Mm-hmm.
Although the sequel was highly anticipated and it had been, eagerly waited upon by fans for about a decade at this point. Apparently, I keep on. Hmm. Apparently, Puss in Boots 2 is actually was rated much higher by both critics and fans alike
Mm-hmm.
than Avatar 2 by like a good bit.
Yeah,
Even
that
though,
doesn't
uh,
surprise me.
even though the Puss in Boots, the original movie, while I think it was overall a success, it wasn't as big of a box office hit as the Avatar movies.
Mm. That's not very surprising.
Hmm. I probably should stop running away from that.
I don't know if you can tell, but I don't value Avatar that highly. I value Avatar as much as I value Dauntless. Maybe a little bit more.
Aw, right in the throat. Let's go.
And no offense to the people who made Avatar, but they made a pretty boring movie.
Ow.
You know, Austin, I will give the people who created Avatar one thing. It is interesting how boring they managed to make that movie. They had such cool concepts, and they managed to just make it super hard to watch. Like I'm impressed how they got it to fail that bad in terms of enjoyment for me. Because to me it seems like it's got everything I'd ever want in it. So like
Ah,
as far as
damn it.
I'm concerned,
How'd that hit me?
I think it's impressive how how uninteresting it was. And you know, I
I
gotta
don't remember the original movie all that much. It just seemed a bit generic in my eyes, like, the classic message of like, oh, nature's good, military power and human technology bad, yada yada yada. It's like, I don't know, just like I said, I haven't seen the movie in a while, and I haven't actually done all that in depth of a uh, research on the movie itself. But from my recollection, and I will say take this with a grain of salt, since I just haven't really seen it in a while. It just seemed a bit shallow in terms of its message. The coughing and wheezy sounds of great faith when human faith. Holy crap! That is 3 people who have now been infected with dragon rot. I guess it gets worse as time goes on. That's so weird. It's not a threat to me. It would be a much bigger threat, Brandon, if they made it so I couldn't actually interact with NPCs if they were afflicted with dragon rot, because a lot of the shopkeepers in this game are actually infected with dragon rot quite easily.
Hmm.
So if it was made so I couldn't actually shop in this game, I would be a lot more I would be a lot more afraid of this mechanic. Ow, shit. Should have dodged to the right. Oh, come on.
Yeah, I just didn't like Avatar. I thought it was boring. I thought its characters were unlikable. I thought the protagonist was kind of a big bag of dicks. So, there's that. I mean, really honestly.
I will say from a visual perspective, I do think the CGI for that movie is actually really well done. And I do know that, like, the amount of technology that went into that film was, like, genre defining. Bro, can you,
Uh,
like, piss off for 5 seconds?
it definitely defined something. I wouldn't say the graphics really. The graphics of the movie were nice. Don't get me wrong. Like CGI, like you said, it was pretty good. But I wouldn't go as far as to say it was genre defining. Now, the movie as a whole, oh yeah, it defined a new low. I'll give it that. It defined it did make a new genre.
Okay, there's no build up to that attack. No. Shit. Ooh.
You'll get nothing out of me on Avatar being a good movie. They had
I forgot I
okay
had the Mortal Blade
CGI.
equipped.
Well, I will say that much. Their CGI was okay. It was good, but it wasn't anything like, like I'm not gonna coom my pants every time I look at it.
Okay. Oh no.
You know what I mean? Like it's not that good. It's all right. Could
Oh, I was stunned. I
definitely
didn't even
look
realize that.
worse, but
Posture is really. Oh shit. Shit. Okay. Yeah, it's really gonna take me a while to beat this boss. Ow. Wait, what? I dodged. Aw. Oh well. What time is it? It's 12:57. Damn.
Yeah, I don't know. I personally, I can't really say I desired more out of the movie. When
From what
I
I've heard from the second film, it's a pretty alright sequel, albeit a bit generic in the storytelling department. So, seems like an appropriate sequel.
when I watch movies, sometimes I think it's stupid to attribute messages to movies that otherwise are just clear-cut stories, you know? As someone, like for instance, when in Avatar, they're just like, oh, the message is like, military do bad things, nature is good. It's just like, yeah, they were also willing to genocide an entire amount of people. These aren't new concepts. I'd hardly call that a message. It's more of just a
Damn it.
story point. I feel like a message, a meaningful message is something that, you
There
know,
we go.
like if I were to walk on stage, Austin,
Yep.
like if I were to walk onto a stage and I was supposed to give a speech, and I literally just had a slide that said, Hitler bad. Yeah,
Shit.
that's not a message, you know, that's just a statement. Like, like, and I could have multiple slides showing horrible things that Hitler
Ooh.
did, and then say Hitler bad. It doesn't make it any less of a statement. It doesn't really send a message because it's something you would just assume if you had any background of the character. Or if I were able to provide you proof of the, you know, if I was able to provide you with context, you'd be like, yeah, seems like blatantly bad things to do. It's not sending a message. There's nothing new here. There's nothing interesting. It's just treading old ground that's already been treaded before.
Shit, that was the sweeping attack, my bad.
It's just like, why
I do
even
a side
attribute
jump
a
out
message
there.
to it? A message is something that
Right,
should
okay, he does a sweeping attack after that.
be worth taking note of. That's very big taking note of. People don't care.
Shit, okay.
That's another
Ow.
problem I have with the movie. The original Avatar was just like, oh, military people doing
Yeah.
military people things is bad to these people, and it's just like, yeah, and I'm supposed to believe that our protagonist is
Yeah.
the hero because he only cared after he
Shit.
banged an alien lady. Like, that's not. That, I'm not gonna root for him after that.
Shit.
I'm just gonna hope that he fails after succeeding. It's the only thing I'm gonna hope for. But I know that's not gonna happen because then the story isn't fulfilling to a massive audience. So I know it's not gonna happen. It's just what I hope for. And I see no point in watching a movie just for hopes when you know the outcome is different. It's just simply put, it's just not worth it.
I mean, I
Okay.
still think a movie can be worth a watch if you know the outcome, so long as the story itself is interesting, you know?
Yeah, if the story is interesting. Avatar does not have that luxury. that's that's where my point revolves. That's the revolving door that we come back to. So that if it's interesting, sure. But we're making some pretty big logical leaps here, Austin. Also, I was at work today, right?
Uh-huh.
We have a guy at our work that's like pretty religious, I would say.
Uh-huh.
And he was just he was just like I started saying how grilled, like, what if I believe, because
Oh,
he was
I'm
just like, you know, he's just like, it's not about what you believe,
I
it's about what is
confused
true.
with what.
And I was just like, so you believe you know what is true? And he's like, it's not that I believe it, it's just that I know it's true. And I was like, well, what if I believe that grilled cheese is the final form of man? and, and he looked at me and he was just like, sir, are you serious? And I'm just like, no, 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 hear me out. He's like, I don't think I want to. And I was just like, I don't know, hear me out. What if grilled cheese is the final form of man? And so
Thank you.
my
Beyond the
boss
lock.
Tyler Austin, my boss. Technically, there's Tyler, and then there's Tyler, my boss. Tyler is the normal Tyler. He's the one I was having this conversation with. Tyler, my boss, is the one who this conversation got brought up towards.
Uh
And
huh.
so Tyler, my boss, was just like, "What's going on?" And I was just like, "Tyler, is it? I believe that grilled cheese could possibly be the final form of man." And he looked at me questioningly. He was just like, "I feel like that would be the ultimate ecstasy, not the final form of man." And I was like, Tyler, is the final form of man not to be in eternal bliss? And would and would not the biggest throw of ecstasy be eternal bliss if you could be that way forever? And is a perfectly grilled cheese not the most pure form of bliss? And he thought about it, and I was just like, ergo, grilled cheese is the final form of man. And he just kind of walked away going, you know what? Maybe it is. and and Tyler, my not boss, was like, whoa, 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 no, don't agree with him. He was like, no, he was like, because he was just like, huh. I mean, I and then this other guy I work with, we call him Kit. This other guy we work with, Kit, he was just like, he looked at Tyler, not my boss Tyler, the other Tyler. He looked at Tyler and he was just like, honestly, Tyler, I don't disagree with him. I just think the steps we took to get here were like, I disagree with the leaps that we took to get to this point. I don't disagree with him. I just think that the leaps we took to get here are pretty big. Tyler is just like, you're all crazy agreeing. I just want you to know that right now. And then I was like, hey D, she's a girl we work with. I was like, hey D, and she was just like, yeah. And I was like, is the final form of man not to be in eternal ecstasy and bliss? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, is a perfectly grilled cheese sandwich not the most pure form of bliss? And she was like, I guess so. Damn, now I want a grilled cheese. And I was like, so is grilled cheese not the final form of man? And she was just like, you know, Brendan, I think you're onto something. And I told Tyler that, and Tyler was like, Brendan, you keep talking like this, I think we're gonna have to put you in a mental institution. And I was like, Tyler, everyone's agreeing. It's the final form of man. You're just not seeing it. And
Why
again,
didn't you let me dodge?
Kit walked over and was like, Tyler, I gotta be honest, he's making a lot of sense. and, Ty- and Tyler was like, no, he's making the opposite of sense. He's making fallacies. It was so funny to watch my boss go from no, I disagree, Brendan, to huh. Well, you know, maybe he has a point. It's just like, huh.
And his posture's back.
He used my logic against me, and I kind of don't disagree. So I've convinced at least 3 different people at work, Austin, that grilled cheese might be the final form of man. How do you feel about that, Austin? How do you feel that I've convinced like 3 people that grilled cheese is actually the final form of man?
I mean, the math checks out, my dude.
See them. See, like Kit said, I don't disagree with his point. I just think the leaps we took to get here are very, very big. that's that's exactly. I believe that's exactly what Kit said. Was it adds up? Like the math adds up, the logic adds up, something like that. He said something like that. He like basically something to that exact effect. Like it makes sense. It adds up. Like, you see, like it is what is true. He just doesn't see how we're getting here, and he doesn't see that it's clearly the final form of man. Grilled cheese Obama sandwich was ahead of its time. We just didn't see it till now. I mean, honestly, Brandon, math checked out. Uh, I like how everyone at work started agreeing with me, and Tyler was like, "No, no, 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 don't agree with it. Don't feed into this. Don't feed into whatever this is." Uh, makes so much sense. Grilled cheese is the final form of man. And before my boss Tyler walked away, he was just like, "Hey Brandon, what if people are lactose intolerant?" And I was like, "Tyler, you know that lactose intolerant cheese exists, right?" And he looked back at me, just kind of nodded his head, and walked away. And I can only assume that nod was a, you know what? You have my respect. Like he's just gonna like, you know what, Brandon? I suppose they do. He was just like, I can't seem to find a way to disagree with you. I see, Austin. It is. It just is. It just makes sense. Right? Solid. It's solid.
Right? Bro.
Grilled cheese is the final form of man. It all checks out. You're all grilled cheese.
Cool, I got sunlocked there. Yeah, I'm probably gonna die to this boss battle like a good 200 times before I even make it to the final phase.
It's possible.
I just don't see myself beating this.
Hey, Austin.
Yeah.
Am I clinically insane?
Yes.
But am I making a lot of sense?
No.
But you agree.
I said the math adds up, but damn straight I am bad at math.
Oh, it's okay. The majority rules says that grilled cheese is the final form of man. I think Tyler, my coworker, is gonna have a brain hemorrhage. I'm not gonna lie.
He has a brain hemorrhage, and then just like everybody else that you've given brain hemorrhages is just there, and they're just like first time.
It's first time. Don't worry, you can get used to it.
Once we were in a party with Ben, and like he was like, "I've never had a mental breakdown before," and I'm just like, "You want one?"
Oh, you all. Austin. Austin, I'm fucking. It's too good.
Whoa.
Pre-order Minecraft Legends. Are you gonna get Minecraft? No, you already have Minecraft Legends, right?
No, I have Minecraft Dungeons. Minecraft Legends is a different one.
Oh, are you gonna get it?
Yeah, I
Is
don't
that-
think so.
Oh,
It's just that not that it looks like a bad game. It's just those types of games aren't exactly my cup of tea.
what type of game is it?
It's supposed to be. I don't know. Just watch a trailer for it. It'd be a lot better way of you learning what it is besides me explaining it.
Yeah.
This guy's bow is like one of the most annoying attacks to fucking deal with. Yeah. I
Was
need the
7 days
experience with
to
the other
die a
guy.
good game?
Uh, it was a fun idea. Bit brokey. Well, it's the type of game where you'd have more fun playing with friends rather than playing the game itself.
Yeah, I could see that. It's a game that you would enjoy just kind of dicking around with your
Just dicking
bros.
around with your friends with, not necessarily actually playing the game itself.
Yeah, that checks out, I guess. Crusader Kings 3. Be a fun game. The Dead Space.
I was actually surprised to see a trailer for when the Dead Space remake was actually going to be coming out.
What's the what's the heart rate on Dead by Daylight looking like? Is that still an active game, or is that mostly dead now?
Oh, it's still a very active game.
No. Okay.
I can't remember. Do you own Dead by Daylight or?
I don't, but I've thought about getting it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Got Doom, Doom Eternal, Doom 2, Doom 64, Doom
I
3,
still have to finish that one Doom mod. It was actually a pretty enjoyable game.
Doom. I feel like I would actually like Doom if I sat down and got accustomed to it. Same as Dragon Age. If I bothered to play it. I've heard Dragon Age Inquisition was pretty good.
Yeah.
Ah, Morrowind. Do I dare touch Morrowind? Do I even do I even dare try it? Hey, Fallout 76. I
You.
don't think we have to ask ourselves if I touched that game. I don't.
That game has been forever tainted. I do not care what kind of updates the game has gotten. Even if it's like an actual full-on proper game, Bethesda's just ruined the marketing for that game forever.
Yeah. Yeah. Fable 2. Did I have Fable 2 or did I have Fable 3? I think I had Fable 2. I remember Fable 2 not being that bad of a game. I remember it being pretty okay. Not the best, but hey, it was okay. It had its appeal. End of the day, it was pretty alright. Hmm.
I'm not sure if I'll get the Dead Space remake, because I already own the first game, and I feel like they're probably going to charge it for like 60 bucks. But, I don't know, if there's more to the game than it being like a graphical upgrade, I might get it. But, if it's only really a graphical upgrade, then there's not really a reason for me to get it, because I still think the original game actually looks pretty good.
Yeah. Do you know if The Long Dark is a good game?
What's the Long Dark?
It's a game where you it's a survival game. You
You're
basically,
gonna have
it's
to
a
you're gonna have
like
to be a bit more descriptive than it's a survival game. There's kind of
walk.
a lot of those on the market right
Shut up
now.
and let me explain it then. The Long Dark is a thoughtful exploration survival experience that challenges solo players to think for themselves as they explore an expansive frozen wilderness in the aftermath of a geomagnetic disaster. There are no zombies, only you, the cold, and the threats Mother Nature can muster. Kind of weird that it had to specify there are no zombies.
Wait a second, I could just jump on this guy?
With a name like the Long Dark, I wouldn't assume there's zombies, Austin. Like I wouldn't have had any reason to think there are zombies in this game up until the point where it says
Shit.
there are no zombies.
Yeah, I would say that sounds a bit misleading.
Like, because like okay, here's the thing. It's an
Ah,
exploration
so
survival experience. All right, so it doesn't seem like it's horror related at all. Challenges solo players to think for themselves as they explore an expansive frozen wilderness in the aftermath of a geomagnetic disaster. All right, so it's basically another ice age. That sounds interesting. Then it just says there are no zombies. Dot dot. Only you. I'm sorry.
yeah, the no zombies part
The
seems a bit.
fuck? Why? Why did what? What the fuck prompted that information? And then it says there is only you, the cold, and the and all the threats Mother Nature can muster. Yeah, I would have thought that. Again, can we back up to what the fuck prompted the no zombies information? Where the hell did that come from? Like suddenly I don't feel like I'm as alone, and suddenly I feel like there might be zombies. And you
Kind
can
of
be
like that
like
meme you sent me where the game, like we were playing a horror game, and then all of a sudden, just like unprompted, the horror game's just like, by the way, you use this button to run, and it's just like, why would you
the
tell me this
dog.
information now of
Yeah,
all
it's the like super
times?
freaked out dog, and it's just like me looking for what the fuck prompted that information.
Just Quagmire coming down. No, wait, it's Peter coming, sitting down at the table. Quagmire. By the way, you press F to run. Just like, the fuck? I just sat down. Who starts a conversation like this?
uh,
You
Octopath
have to be
Traveler.
really aggressive with these bosses, Brandon. Like, I can already tell I'm gonna have, like, I can't let up on this guy, like, a single time.
That
You know, I
sounds about
think
right.
I'm starting to realize why this boss is actually as difficult as it is. Because if it's a boss that relies on me beating it with vitality, all I really have to do is just chip it, like chip down its health over time.
Mhm.
If it's a boss that relies on, oh, yeah, okay, hang on. So a boss that relies on vitality, I can basically chip at their health over time, but still have time to breathe in between. A boss that relies on posture, however, I have to be pretty. Oh, god damn it! I'm not wasting a resurrection. I have to. I need to get the experience in here. Okay, so like the thing about this, Brandon, is that so far in the game, there's actually been like two different kinds of enemies that I've basically had to take down. Okay,
Mhm.
there's enemies that ooh, okay, there's enemies that have high posture regeneration, and I have to reliably knock down their health before I can kill them. Or there are enemies that have a lot of health, but their posture doesn't regenerate too much. So basically, the two different ways I have to kill an enemy in this game is I have to chip away at their health in order to actually completely get rid of their health bar to get a death blow, or make it so that their posture regeneration is like too slow for it to be a threat, or their posture regeneration isn't that much of a threat in the first place, and I'm able to just block a lot of attacks. The thing about this boss, though, Brandon, is he has high posture regeneration. So you would think, oh, that just means you have to damage his vitality, so his posture regeneration is, null and void. But the thing is, there are no really big attack of opportunities for me against this guy. The only way I can actually beat him is if I constantly do posture damage to him, which means I have to always be close to him. And every single. So at the end of the day, Brandon, basically, I cannot take a break to heal in between the boss fight unless I am willing to lose progress. From the very beginning of this phase to the very end, I have to constantly be attacking this dude Otherwise, his posture is going to reset. And if
Mhm.
I want to heal, I basically have to restart the phase from the very beginning. Granted, I can do chip damage to his vitality and make so his posture will not actually regenerate as fast, but the thing about that is, the very small amount of chip damage I can get off on this dude is very insignificant. So the reason I just kind of realized it, Brandon. Oh, the only way I can actually effectively, whoa. Basically, what I basically just put together is, the only way I'm actually going to be able to beat this guy is if I effectively just, I, okay, I cannot talk and fight at the same time. This guy takes up too much of my attention. But at the end of the day, if I take a break, I lose progress. Whoa, I keep forgetting. Basically, I have to beat phase 1 without taking any damage, is basically what I have to do. Or if
Mhm.
I am taking damage, I have to be willing to possibly lose, and then having to restart all over again. Basically, this is a boss that forces you to be flawless.
I kind of want to get Crusader Kings 3. It's kind of like Risk. Or a Risk-like game.
Ooh.
Territories game.
Whoa. Oh, I was stunned. I couldn't dodge. Basically, I just have to be hyper aggressive against this guy and not take any damage. I have to do a flawless run against this dude. Hmm. That was a very piss poor explanation that I provided, and that's just because I was so focused on the boss fight.
It happens.
It's already 124. I'm going to give this guy one more attempt and then call it a night.
Oof, that's fair.
I highly doubt I'm going to make it to phase 2, but at least I was able to make... Actually, I didn't make any progress this night. And to be honest, I was kind of expecting that, because this seems like a very heavily demanding boss fight.
Mhm. Did you know Fallout has a tabletop RPG?
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's based off of the Boneworks of D&D. Which is not surprising because what tabletop role-playing game wouldn't be. But, yeah, Fallout has a tabletop RPG. Based around kind of that. Haven't done a
Alright.
whole lot of looking into it myself, but that's kind of neat, you know?
Wow, I completely forgot which one I had equipped.
Pretty neat, not gonna lie. I don't
Oh.
really like Fallout as much as I like the Elder Scrolls, but I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I would be down to do a Fallout campaign. That doesn't sound like the most horrible experience, you know?
Hey! Huh. Well, hot damn, Brandon, they actually did it. Oh, wait, what? You didn't do your phase transition for some reason. You just immediately attacked me and then did your phase transition. Oh, fuck. Oh, I forgot. He has a fucking gun. Yeah, that's not going to be annoying as piss. Motherfucker. I made it to the dude's second phase, which I was trying to just peacefully say until this guy just started clobbering me.
Mm-hmm. The core rulebook for Fallout, the role-playing game, is $52.
Ooh, shit. Ooh, shit. Shit, shit, shit. Motherfuck. Oh. Oh, that's bullshit. Well, I said that was my last attempt. That was my last attempt. Why did they give him a gun? And why can he spam attack the gun with no telling whatsoever? Oh, that's gonna be annoying. Oh well, that's gonna be the end of the stream. Nothing really eventful happened, just kinda more of a slow night than anything. Alright,
Yeah, just a
night
little
my
bit of
dudes.
a progress.